Think about this. Have you ever felt completely convinced about something, only to later realize you were wrong? Have you ever scrolled through a heated social media argument and thought, why are people being so irrational? What if I told you the confusion, the chaos, the constant shouting matches, they're not just about disagreements, they're symptoms of a deeper illusion, the illusion that we think logically. The truth is, most of us aren't thinking logically at all. We're reacting, repeating, rationalizing, and hidden inside those reactions are subtle traps, mental shortcuts that seem like reason, but are actually distortions. They're called logical fallacies. These are not just academic concepts. They shape political speeches, viral posts, news headlines, and even how we argue with friends and family. And once you learn to spot them, you'll see the world differently. Today, I'm going to open that door. You'll learn to recognize the invisible flaws in arguments, conversations, and yes, your own thoughts. Welcome to the truth behind how your mind is tricked. Let's begin. Let's start with the basics. A logical fallacy is an error in reasoning that makes an argument invalid. It might sound convincing, but it doesn't actually prove anything. Here's a common example. You're discussing politics. Instead of replying to your point, someone says, well, what do you know? You didn't even finish college. That's called an ad hominem fallacy. It attacks the person, not the argument, and it's incredibly common, especially online. You see it in comment sections, debates, and even news panels. It's easier to attack someone's character than to actually engage with their ideas. And that's the first red flag. Now, why do we fall for these traps? One key reason: overconfidence bias. Imagine someone who's read a single blog post about nutrition. Now they act like a certified expert. They say things like, doctors are paid off by Big Pharma. All you need is turmeric and lemon water. What's happening here is the illusion of understanding. They think they know enough, but they don't. This false confidence creates a closed mindset. When you think you already know the truth, you stop listening to others. You dismiss opposing views, not because they're wrong, but because they threaten your illusion of expertise. This is dangerous and extremely common in today's digital age where anyone can post and opinions spread faster than facts. Let's look at some logical fallacies you might face every single day. First, the Strawman fallacy. You say, we need to reduce plastic use to help the environment. Someone replies, oh, so you want us to live like cavemen with no products? That's a Strawman fallacy. They're not arguing against what you actually said. They twisted it into something extreme, then attacked that. Where you'll see it, political debates, social media discussions, family arguments over values or beliefs. Second, the slippery slope fallacy. You say, students should be allowed to redo a failed test. They respond, if we allow that, soon they'll expect to redo every assignment and we'll lose all standards. This is the slippery slope fallacy. Assuming one action will cause an uncontrollable chain reaction without evidence. A real-world example, a law is proposed to regulate online hate speech. Someone says, this is how dictatorships begin. Third, the appeal to emotion. A politician says, if you don't vote for me, you're putting your family's safety at risk. This is not logic, it's fear. The appeal to emotion fallacy replaces reasoning with emotional manipulation. You'll hear this in marketing. If you love your children, you'll buy this product. News headlines designed to outrage, politicians evoking fear or guilt instead of offering plans. Recognizing fallacies takes a bit of practice. Here's how to sharpen your awareness. First, listen carefully. Are they actually responding to the point, or are they changing the subject? Are they attacking the idea, or is it the person? Next, ask questions. If something feels off, dig just a little deeper. What do you mean by that? What's your source? Can you prove that? And stay calm. Fallacies often stir up emotion because, well, emotion clouds logic. If someone's trying to make you angry, scared, or even ashamed, pause. That's usually when a fallacy is lurking. To defeat fallacies, we really must master critical thinking. Here's how to do it. First, evaluate sources. Not all information is equal, you know. Ask yourself, who wrote this? What's their background? Are they selling something? Imagine this, a viral Facebook post claims a miracle cure, but it links to a website full of ads and, well, no credible citations. That's a red flag. Next, consider multiple perspectives. Don't just seek information that confirms your beliefs. Try listening to a documentary from the opposite political view or a podcast by someone with different experiences. Understanding others doesn't mean you agree, it means you're growing. And finally, reflect on your own arguments. Before posting, ask yourself, is my argument based on logic or emotion? Am I simplifying too much? Could I be wrong? Self-awareness, honestly, is the first step to wisdom. Logical fallacies are everywhere. They live in our conversations, our social feeds, and yes, our minds. But now, you can see them. By learning how fallacies work, you've taken the first step towards stronger thinking, more meaningful conversations, and a life guided by clarity, not confusion. So what now? Like this video, if it helped open your mind, share it with a friend who loves a good debate, or maybe just needs help winning one. Subscribe to 1009 Secrets of Life for more deep dives into how your mind works. And tell us in the comments, what logical fallacies have you spotted lately? Let's help each other grow. Let's build a smarter world together. Think critically, speak wisely, live consciously.